Vampires, immortal creatures that feast on human blood, burn in sunlight and fear the cross. We think this is just folklore, Gothic horror created by Bram Stoker in 1897. But what if I told you that ancient texts written thousands of years before Dracula describe something terrifyingly similar? Beings that consumed human flesh and blood, giants born from forbidden unions, creatures so monstrous that God himself had to intervene. The origin of vampires isn't in Transylvania, it's in the Book of Enoch, and the truth is far darker than any Hollywood movie. The vampire legend. Everyone knows the vampire mythology, pale immortals who drink blood to survive. They can't enter sunlight. They fear crosses, garlic, and holy water. A stake through the heart kills them. But where did this come from? Most people assume it's purely fiction, medieval superstition mixed with Gothic imagination. But vampire legends exist in nearly every ancient culture. The Mesopotamians had blood-drinking demons. Ancient Greece had the Lamia. Eastern Europe had the Strigo. These aren't coincidences. These are cultural memories. And they all point back to something real, something the Book of Enoch describes in horrifying detail. The Book of Enoch connection. The Book of Enoch, written around 300 BC, but claiming to record events from before the flood, tells the story of the Watchers. 200 angels who descended to earth, took human wives, and produced hybrid offspring called the Nephilim. These weren't just large humans. According to Enoch 7:2-5, the Nephilim were giants who consumed all the acquisitions of men. And when humanity's resources ran out, the text says something chilling. They turned against humans and devoured mankind. But it gets worse. Enoch 7:5 specifically states, "And they began to sin against birds, beasts, reptiles, and fish, and to devour one another's flesh and drink the blood." Read that again, drink the blood. These weren't metaphorical monsters. According to the ancient text, the Nephilim literally consumed human blood. They were cannibalistic hybrids with supernatural origins who preyed on humanity. Sound familiar? Why they drank blood? Here's what makes this even more disturbing. The Nephilim were half angel, half human hybrids. They had physical bodies but corrupted spiritual DNA. According to ancient Jewish commentary on Enoch, the Nephilim couldn't sustain themselves on normal food. Their bodies required something more, something tied to life force itself. In biblical text, blood represents life. Leviticus 17:11 states, "The life of the flesh is in the blood." The Nephilim, being abominations that shouldn't exist, needed to consume life force directly. They drank blood because their corrupted nature demanded it. This is the origin of the vampire, not folklore, but the genetic memory of humanity's encounter with these predatory hybrids. The destruction and the memory. According to Enoch, God responded to the Nephilim by sending the flood, but the text says something else happened first. Enoch 15:8-9 describes the fate of the Nephilim. When they died, their spirits didn't go to rest. Instead, they became demons, disembodied entities that still roam the earth, seeking to influence and corrupt humanity. This is why vampire legends persist across every culture. It's not that vampires still walk among us in the literal sense. It's that the spiritual corruption they represent, the demonic entities that came from the Nephilim, never fully disappeared. And the symbols that repel them, the cross, holy water, sacred ground, these aren't random superstitions. They're spiritual truths encoded in folklore. Corrupted entities flee from divine authority. Lilith, the vampire queen connection. There's one more connection worth mentioning, Lilith. In Jewish mysticism, Lilith is described as a demon who drinks the blood of infants. Some traditions connect her to the serpent in Eden. Others say she was Adam's first wife who became a demon. But here's the key. Lilith is often described as the mother or queen of demons, the same demons that came from the Nephilim according to Enoch. Whether Lilith is literal or symbolic, she represents the same ancient evil, a being with corrupted origins who feeds on human life force. The vampire queen wasn't invented by modern fiction. She's in the ancient texts. Closing. So where did vampires come from? From Bram Stoker, not from Gothic imagination, but from humanity's oldest and darkest memory, the time when hybrid giants walked the earth, consuming human flesh and drinking blood until God wiped them out with a flood. The Book of Enoch preserved this history, and cultures around the world remembered it, twisted and distorted over millennia, but never fully forgotten. Vampires are the folklore echo of a biblical horror. If you want to go deeper into the Book of Enoch and the Nephilim, I've created a newsletter where I share exclusive research and early access to videos like this. The link is in the description. Also, grab your free Book of Enoch PDF in the description. Read the original source for yourself. What do you think? Are vampires just fiction, or are they the cultural memory of something that really existed? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Subscribe for more deep dives into ancient mysteries that history tried to bury. This is Myths and Mysteries. The truth is stranger than fiction.